Happy Friday.
Happy freaking Friday.
So we're right in the middle of a lot of action. What's going on with today's big dog earning day?
And you know what? We started it with a bang with an earthquake.
We did.
2 earthquakes.
The Earth knew.
Earth knew.
That was Amazon prepping their earnings.
Earth-shattering news was coming out today.
Yeah. Did you guys wake up?
I woke up on both of them.
It's funny. Karine woke up and she's like, there was an earthquake. And I'm like, no, there wasn't. She's like, did I have a dream that there was an earthquake? I'm like, I think so.
And then you went back to sleep?
Yep.
It was a real earthquake. Yeah. It wasn't one of these little dinky little ones.
Oh, it was a real one?
Yeah. Growing up in LA, obviously experienced many earthquakes.
Yeah.
There was a 2-second where I was like, oh, this could turn into something pretty bad.
Yeah. Once you keep hearing it, you're like, whoa.
I missed it. I almost would have slept through the whole thing if it wasn't for that. But then I had dreams the rest of the night about earthquakes. Anyway, I guess I'm adjusting.
Yeah.
Is what that means, if you could make it through the night.
Because just to scare you in the future, when the big one does happen, that's how it starts. And then it just escalates. So every time you feel a shake, it's like a coin toss in my head. Is it just going to escalate times 10 or is it just going to die down?
That's really scary. Because when it's going, it kind of feels, it's like 3 seconds. It feels for like a long time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fuck. Let's hope I'm sleeping.
We won't be traveling, so we're not going to miss it.
That's true,
That's the fucked up part.
I always counted on like being in an airplane or something. So, what's going on with the other earthquake?
I mean...
Where are we at? So right now, it's 1:25.
Yes.
We're in the middle of an Amazon call?
Amazon call has not even started yet. They just released the earnings. They were estimating like 81 billion in sales, which is already a humongous number.
Yeah.
Just casually, 88.
Oh my God.
7 extra billion.
Yeah.
They're expecting earnings per share of like, I don't know, $1.50.
Okay,
it came in $10.
$10.
7x. No big deal. 6-7x.
Oh my God.
I mean, I think it's like $5 billion of profit, if I'm something like that. $5-6 billion of profit.
Yeah.
They shit out. They're expecting $4 to $8 billion of profit in the next quarter. I mean, just staggering.
Their grocery division tripled quarter over quarter. That's obviously...
So Corona's the best thing that ever could have happened.
You know what I was saying was like, when this happened, imagine you're the CEO of one of the biggest companies in the world and someone asked you, what would be the perfect storm for you guys to experience record growth?
Yeah.
The entire world shuts down and you physically can't go to a store. It actually happened.
And the government gives people just enough money
to
buy groceries
and essentials. And what's interesting is they actually missed on Amazon Web Services. That's because the rest of the world's businesses are going down, so they have no need for service.
Oh my goodness.
Gosh, man. And then who else is today?
Google. Well, let's go to Facebook. Facebook, apparently...
Those ad boycotts must have just crushed them, right?
For sure. Like, I know that the way that people are really upset with Facebook... I'm guessing this is the beginning of the end, right?
Apparently not.
Oh.
Revenue up 11% on possibly the worst circumstances that could happen to Facebook. Revenue was still up. Earnings crushed. Daily active users went up 12%. They have 1.79 billion daily active users, 2.7 billion monthly active users. Also, I mean, they should just pay for the boycott. I mean, it's clearly working.
Yeah, it's good for business.
Yeah. The best part is, so Google's going to report, there's going to be gangbusters. No question. Facebook reported gangbusters. Amazon reported. Apple's reporting sometime during this recording. We'll give the update. They all had to go and do their stupid little Zoom congressional hearing.
I know.
And just take this fake lashing while they're printing money the next day.
What happened with that? So we were going to talk about that. What happened? I didn't watch it at all. Was it like a fake lashing?
Look, here's the real problem. And we talked about this on the Monday episode, is that those 4 companies are potentially causing problems in 4 separate ways.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too hard to sit in like 4 hours. I mean, first of all, you're taking on Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, Sundar Pichai, and Zuckerberg.
I think we have to add the
Yeah,
for Zuck.
you know what?
It's
Bring
big
the
Zuck.
back. Yeah.
This is, you're talking about, two of the richest men in the world.
Two of the greatest founders, CEOs of all time. Bezos and Zuck.
Against like a bunch of old idiots.
Idiots.
It's like, imagine, it's like seeing LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kobe, and Wilt Chamberlain, and they're playing against
the group chat crew.
Yeah, against Pete and his buddies in Wisconsin.
Yeah, or more like if Pete and his buddies from Wisconsin are grilling them on their training techniques.
Yes.
You know, and like, so ladder, steroids or no?
Yeah.
Was it kind of that again? Like they're trying to be aggressive.
Well, no, actually the questions, in my opinion, were much sharper, but there wasn't enough time. Apple needs to do its own hearings. Mm-hmm. Google needs to do its own hearings.
I mean, that alone shows that you just don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think the things that, the clear challenges that I think those people are going to face are specifically, I don't see how you get Apple on anything. Yeah. I don't think there's any antitrust issues. If you could maybe argue with the App Store, but then if you look at Android App Store, it probably has way more people on it than iOS. I mean, it definitely has way more people on it. So, and then the phone itself is not, to me, a monopoly. I mean, like, it's the most expensive market. You know, I don't see how anyone
make it
can
cheaper.
Argue. I think
it should be part of the stimulus bill. You get $600 a week and an iPhone.
Yeah,
it might as well be.
Yeah,
you know, that's where it's going.
That's where it's going.
Or
and
App
then
Store.
Facebook and Google clearly, to me, one of the things that the government does have a responsibility for is protecting businesses, protecting consumers. And to me, there's pricing. They're predatory on pricing. Mm-hmm. Facebook's pricing is just like they get to jack it up however they want because they control advertising on entire social networks. And so is Google. So I think, to me, those two will face some continued pressure. Yeah. Amazon, when you look at the grand scheme of retail, they're still fucking tiny.
Yeah.
They're huge. And the only thing you can argue is that AWS and, or is it the price that they steal ideas? Amazon, Jeff Bezos pretty much said up there, we have...
yeah, but that's no different than a department store.
Yeah.
And all our retailers, they do the exact same thing.
Yeah, everyone's in-house brand.
That's why I think Amazon is quite hard to attack. I think Apple is completely bulletproof from any government regulation. I don't even see... Even the App Store thing, I think it's... The one question they asked Tim Cook about... we know Amazon got a discount. Amazon got a 50% discount on their commission rate to the App Store. Mm-hmm. And they're like, does everyone else get that offer? Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, we have the discussion because, not everyone else is homie over here.
My issue is that all it was theatrics. You wanted to show the American public, these guys have to come answer to us. Some good questions, some awful questions, some just out to lunch questions. You're not accomplishing anything. Mm-hmm. What did we do this for? Is there a second step? Is it just that the public gets to see 4 multi-billionaires go in front of Congress and not swag off and actually try to act humble?
Yeah.
One senator asked Zuck, you're censoring Donald Trump. And he's like, that's Twitter. You'd have to speak to Twitter.
No.
Yeah.
So when
that again.
When you're even doing that, and Congress just isn't fit to regulate these guys. Yeah. So if you really want to regulate these guys, you have to have private market CEOs.
Their peers.
Have a committee, not politicians, because you're not equipped. You guys are not technologists. Yeah. You won't even understand how Google and Facebook work.
Like, I guarantee you, if you put the CEO of Walmart interviewing...
Yes.
Amazon.
McMillan, right? That's his name?
Doug McMillan. You put him, he'll ask the right questions. You put the the head of the Android unit at Google against Tim Cook.
Yeah.
He'll tell you what to do.
Or you have Sundar talk to Zuck. Zuck talk to Tim.
Yeah, that's what they should do. Turn them against each other.
They would. They
were all throwing each other on the bus. That was the best part about it.
I got to watch highlights.
Sundar really laying on the accent, huh?
Did you think so?
Yeah.
Just trying to, make the homeland proud.
I felt Google got the most.
He did definitely got the most heat, especially when one of the congressmen was talking about, you guys give all the computing power you want to China, who, puts Muslims in internment camps and human right violations and this and Hong Kong that, and then your employees got pissed off about American government, and you guys pulled on American government, but you haven't done anything against the Chinese government.
Right. And there were some good questions about Yelp and how they're placing ads with publishing. I thought Google but the problem is that we don't know what the next step is. Do you want to regulate them, or are we just doing this for theatrics?
I think it's for theatrics. I don't even think Congress knows what to do. I think they think they won right there.
And Bezos won just with the opening statement. So they released it. Amazon released what his opening statement would be the night before, the morning of, before the hearing.
Essentially his autobiography.
It's a State of the Union Obama type speech. It was absolutely incredible.
It is incredible.
He deserves, I think Anthony tweeted, he deserves an Emmy for it. He absolutely does.
Why Emmy?
Because it's daytime television.
Pulitzer.
Whatever.
Yeah.
No, he's saying for his performance at the hearing.
Yeah.
I gotta watch the highlights.
Yeah.
How long was his intro? Like 5 minutes?
It's like a 10-paragraph paper.
Yeah. It's a really good read. It's literally his life story.
And you want to root for the guy.
No, man, you were adopted and this, and like your mom had you when you were 17 years old,
and like you needed the grandparents to help you.
Yeah, the adoption
parents
really
lent him the money. Like it's a great story.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I agree.
I still think Facebook, Zuck just up there. I think they're gonna go after Facebook. I actually think that's the one. You know why? The congressmen can understand Facebook.
Yeah.
They've
seen the movie.
They've seen the movie. They use it.
Yeah.
They go on there. They love Ben Shapiro. They love,
Candace Owens.
Plandemic. Those things all happen on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think Facebook, they will go after aggressively. I think Google, it's going to be above their pay grade. Apple, there's nothing to my opinion. And Amazon, they just...
Jeff.
Yeah.
Come on. He was born here and adopted. Yeah.
And while we're recording, the Department of Justice is formally investigating TikTok.
Wow.
So that's the best thing that happened to Facebook. We're all going to focus on TikTok.
Yeah. That's true.
Let all these guys run amok.
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine.
And by the way, the one thing I think the biggest problem that I have is that I don't think it's also good just because they're really fucking big companies just to attack them. Like, I'm not down with that either. I mean, if they're just really good at what they're doing, which is executing, and they're using their leverage to better profits for their shareholders, I'm all for that. I think where it gets murky for me is like when the consumer gets hurt. So in most monopoly, like when the AT&Ts and those places, they were using all their monopoly and raising prices on the consumer. Amazon effectively has gone the other way, has made it better for the consumer.
Yeah, up until this
other
point,
businesses
and hurt themselves.
Up until this point, Amazon is like by far net positive for consumers.
Yes.
Whether prices get raised in 10 years when there's no one left, that's the problem.
Yeah, that ultimately, honestly, I think if I'm Amazon, I get out of the private label business completely.
Please get out.
Yeah, I mean, I just think so. I just don't think it's worth it for them.
Why bother?
Just be a marketplace. Go spin out your private label business into another entity. Who gives a shit?
And the amount of, like, I forget the exact stats, Bezos like rips off of like how much he's contributed to American society, jobs, investment, carbon emissions. Like, you walked out of that opening speech like he's the greatest human of all time.
Yeah. I got to watch it. Did you guys like stream it and watch it on YouTube or whatever?
It was on TV.
It was on TV.
They were all on, ironically, the worst internet connection these fuckers have.
Oh, of course.
I think that was
not
purpose.
planned.
That was on purpose.
Like, oh, sorry, I need a second.
Bezos was like, I didn't know it was on mute.
He probably had a button under his desk that broke up the...
Like, Google CEO Sunders, he had to work, like, it was like blurry, his image. I'm like, you guys actually feed the entire internet.
Yeah.
You should have the best connection.
Yeah, I bet that was planned. Did you guys hear that we're going to delay the election?
Yes, I did hear. That's exciting.
Yeah, because, mail-in voting is just fraudulent, really, and just sort of racked with with lies and deception. So El Presidente, the real one, said we're just going to go ahead and delay it and wait until Corona passes, which, I don't know, 2022, maybe whenever we get around to it. And then we'll worry about this little election.
He's worried about mail-in. He's worried about
voter fraud. So much fraud out there.
So much fraud.
Because, mail-in means fraud. And what he forgot to mention is that his entire cabinet voted mail-in.
Yeah. Isn't that one of the tweets that Twitter censored? Was like a mail-in fraud tweet?
Yeah,
he just gave misinformation because it's been proven factually, which we don't like in this country anymore.
No.
That there's no fraud.
So the reason why is if you can't use your regular voter suppression tactics, then we're going to go with fraud.
Yeah.
It's
right?
you're not polling well.
Because mail-in, too many people that wouldn't have maybe went out to the polls are going to vote, and that's bad for Trump.
Long lines may make you want to mail in instead of go wait in line.
So sounds like fraud. I say 2022. So go back.
Why not? And here's the reality. Congress has to want to delay it. And I would assume that's the House and the Senate. There's no way the House. Obviously.
I mean, all the Republican senators, all his little lapdogs have all come out and said we're not delaying the election.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say the opposite.
No, I think they
even though that's ridiculous. And a lot of people suspect Trump put that tweet so that the media runs with that and not realize that the GDP shrunk by 33%.
Yeah. Good call. That'd be a good man. Smart.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was negative 10%, right? For the GDP? Negative 9.5%? Was that what it was?
Let me look it up.
What do you think he thinks about Bezos, like when all this, it's like, it's great for the economy, but damn it, freaking Jeff just got even richer.
Yeah, I mean.
Because he can't come out and be like, look at Amazon, great company.
No, and he can't. I mean, maybe he could do on Tim Apple, which Tim Apple's stock, by the way, after hours, soaring.
Wow.
Soaring.
Through the roof.
Yeah. George Soros sing.
I mean, these things are just straight up cliffs.
Yeah, I mean,
rocket ships.
Yeah, I mean, like literally it's up $19 in after hours on a $400 stock.
My little Robin Hood is hot.
Amazon's
I'm gonna start giving advice on TikTok, I think.
$150. Amazon's up.
Yeah.
Google's the only one that reported revenue down.
Google did?
Yes. First revenue decline in company history. And guess what?
Stock's up.
Stock's up.
Yeah, that seems like a good reason. Get in.
Yeah, so it's 33% from the beginning of the quarter to the end of the quarter.
Yeah.
The GDP declined. But look at what the biggest companies in the world are doing.
Yeah.
So this is the tale of two cities, right?
Yeah.
The best companies in the world are profiting, and the rest of the country is
and I just feel like that's the story for the next decade. It's just going to be that story.
Yeah.
It's the same way you see e-com thriving and retail suffering. It's the same thing to me.
The inequality in humanity is mirrored in business.
Yeah.
So the haves and have-nots in business, which are the largest companies, which is so interesting because in the last recession, the largest companies got wiped.
Yeah.
The difference is these CEOs are way fucking smarter.
Yeah.
Like I was, when these 4 CEOs were giving their kind of testimonies, I was reminded of in the 90s when the tobacco CEOs, and they went on to say that, nicotine is not addictive and blah, 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 blah. The biggest difference, because I went to watch those clips, those people were fucking morons.
Yeah.
Right? Like tobacco CEOs were actually morons. These are arguably the smartest people ever.
Yep.
So like even the CEO, like when I was growing up in fashion and the industry, I would meet CEOs of these big companies. I'm like, man, these guys are morons.
Yep.
Now, the smartest person of our generation is running Facebook. Yep. The smartest person of the generation above is running Amazon. It's like the CEO, because it's the founder CEO role, it's just, these guys are like just on another level.
Yeah.
And there's no way they're going to get outsmarted by anybody. Forget their competition.
Yeah.
There's clearly like Amazon is just literally destroyed. Like if I'm the CEO of Target, I'm just Like what? Just wave the white flag?
I mean,
Polls?
and then let's talk about some of the smaller companies that are crushing it. Shopify, Instacart. Those guys are brilliant too.
Shopify, it's crazy. Shopify to me is the company of the quarantine. To me, they won bigger than anyone. Canadian, not even American. Can't even build websites in America anymore. We had to go to Canada.
Facebook's only threat was a Chinese company, TikTok.
And they killed him.
Triller's not it, guys. Sorry. You think Zuck's going to lose to Triller?
What if he does?
He should step down.
No, he'll probably buy it.
He'll murder him.
He's better off overpaying for it now when
they won't let him buy it. I think Facebook's not going to be allowed to have a big acquisition. That's the regulation that is indirectly happening.
Yeah.
Anything he tries to buy will get blocked.
You would think Zuckerberg has to like try to be doing everything he can to get TikTok banned, right?
I'm sure.
Like, wouldn't you be trying to like call any of your?
I mean, they do have lobbyists. Yeah. Amazon has lobbyists. They all do.
Wouldn't you be like, hey, we just put together this little PDF for you about how dangerous this is? Yeah, you should take a look at it.
Yeah,
we have some data.
And for two Republican senators that are petitioning the DOJ, which they just got about the TikTok investigation. Zuck goes, I'll make sure Ben Shapiro on Fox News and Hannity are the top 10 articles.
Yeah. Just do me a little solid here.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
But yeah, I mean,
which is true, by the way. Those are the.
I know. That's why those guys should just leave. I mean, at least all the Republicans should leave Zuck alone. He's the best thing for them.
Facebook is Fox News on steroids.
It is. I feel like every other platform, like, kind of silences. Like, it's a little heavily weighted that they silence Republicans more than Democrats, or at least right-wing people. Facebook lets it fly, man. They're like, fuck it, these get numbers.
Yeah.
Candace Owens' homepage.
I mean, because Facebook's an older platform. What if older people like to be scared?
Yeah.
With
and Zuck doesn't give
theories.
a shit about anything but clicks.
Yeah. I like it.
But yeah, it is an older audience. That's why I think.
Yeah.
But I do think, like, look, all these, like, it's like all the right-wing people are mad at, like, Twitter and blah, 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 because they're shadow banning, they're doing all this stuff. And then all the liberal people inside of Facebook are pissed because they're promoting all the, right-wing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta protect Zuck. If I was a Republican with any power, I'd be trying to protect our Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
I think whiteface. I think that was alluding to something.
That was just like
the sunscreen.
Yeah, that was a little white power moment.
Yeah.
I like he didn't need that much sunscreen. No. He knew it.
He was signaling to the Congress people, just take care of me.
Yeah.
I'm with you, whites.
Yeah.
Is there something we need to know about skincare if one of the smartest, most powerful people in the world is wearing that much sunscreen? Should we be just dousing ourselves?
I think the only thing to learn is that
you don't have that problem because of your skin tone.
But maybe Pete and Drama should triple down.
I mean, Pete has a freaking sunburn right now. We're supposed to be quarantined, but I think it just means that if you're a dork, you're still a dork.
Yeah.
No matter how rich.
he knows anything you don't know.
No matter how rich you are, you're still a freaking dweeb.
He just doesn't wipe it in. Like he just his wife's probably putting on sunscreen. She goes, I don't want it, Priscilla.
Yeah, it's like when your mom used to do it to you. It's literally like how my mom used to do it, and you'd be like, "All right, thank you," and like run out into the pool looking like a freaking idiot. That's Zuckerberg.
Okay. I'm sure when he got home and he saw his face on the internet, like Priscilla, damn it, look at me, look at what you did to me.
Or he just loves it, so people can just get distracted and make fun of him. While he's
the lovable dork, while he's
taking crushing over the country,
taking over the world.
But I look so cool on my wakeboard. What'd you do? Why'd you do that to me? I don't know. Maybe he works for Trump. Trump's mastered it. Maybe Zuckerberg gets it too.
Yeah.
Just white-face yourself and no one will talk about your other problems. Okay, sad news. Herman Cain has passed away due to coronavirus.
Oh, yeah?
Age 74. Is Trump already taking shots? Is Trump taking shots at him? A guy who just passed away?
So to give a little background, Herman Cain ran for president last time. Mm-hmm. He's a really highly educated guy, went to Morehouse, ended up in the pizza industry.
Weird. Like Pizzagate type stuff? Or
yeah. He just owned he was the CEO of a huge pizza group.
Yeah, got it.
And, was just this black conservative person that rose to the ranks on the Republican side, ran for president, obviously didn't get elected, but stayed close to the Trump campaign, was very anti-mask. We must play, we must do this, we're not wearing a damn mask.
Ooh, that didn't age
He
well.
went to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the rally.
Okay.
Did not wear a mask, refused to wear a mask.
Okay.
Probably got it there.
All right.
And, a month later, he's not here.
Wow.
74 years old. This incredible life he lived. and his arrogance at the end.
Yeah.
Killed him.
I mean, that's what I was saying. I think a couple times when I said, like, I think I downplayed Corona or something, but like, I just don't want to go out that way. I don't want a soundbite of me saying, oh, like, fuck, earthquakes.
Yeah.
Not even a big deal. And then like a month later, Chris dies in an earthquake.
For the pod, R.I.P.
Yeah.
That earthquake was a big one.
Yeah, drama is walking across a bridge while earthquake. But like, what is a fucking mask?
Donald Trump has zero empathy, and he doesn't feel bad that he had this rally that he probably died from.
So Donald Trump killed Herman Cain.
Do you think other people in the administration that have a conscience are like, I can't believe this happened?
Someone has to. Someone has to be.
Because regardless of politics, the guy died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing to happen. He's obviously a public figure, and he died because of the arrogance of a group of people that they think the virus isn't real.
I wonder how they rationalize it. Because you know that a lot of people right now, like there's probably a small to medium group that's like, this is fucked up. What do we do about this?
Yeah.
But I think probably a majority they have an excuse in their mind. Oh, well, it wasn't because he didn't wear a mask. He got it from his son.
Yeah. He's shown in Tulsa, Oklahoma, like very close to everyone with no mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is, how can any person with a working brain not be like, literally, our boy just died here?
There's not a lot of working brains in the White House.
That's unsettling.
I mean, guys.
That quote alone. I mean, he died.
Dead. I mean, this is like a very well-known person, clearly contracted it. It just shows that, like, no matter what you are reading, that maybe the cases are leveling off. I saw that in California, we had like the highest deaths yesterday since April.
Yeah.
And, everyone wants to just downplay, oh, it's only 0.6% of blah, 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 blah. But people are dying.
Dying.
It doesn't matter to me what the number is. If people are dying, we still have a problem.
And here's the problem is people are dying, and the only solution that anyone is really asking for is wear a mask.
Yeah.
It's not like,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, people are dying and like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I know that it's frustrating. I know the economy. I know a lot of places are still closed. I get all that. But the point is, like, the main, I think, article of contention here is wear a fucking mask.
Here's the reality. The economy is not dying. It is changing.
Yeah.
It just changed way faster than we are ready to accept. We just saw the earnings of the 4 biggest companies in the world. You need to change.
Yeah.
Like, change is happening. So if you're in an industry that got like if you're a single independent movie theater holder, like you own one movie theater, your shit's over, bro.
Yeah, switch it up.
It's over. Figure it out.
I agree, but people don't take that
Prime
well.
Subscriptions.
People don't take that well. I mean, look, there's still a huge portion of our country that's like just didn't see, but all of those earnings reports that just came out and are banking on factory jobs coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people just don't like to change. They can't even wear a fucking mask. So wear a mask. I don't care if you're pissed, sad, whatever. Just wear a mask.
Yeah. So it's announced Herman Cain has died in the morning. An hour or two later, Donald Trump tweets about a pizza joint in Long Island.
Yeah.
Herman Cain was a CEO of a pizza company. I don't know if there's any correlation to that.
There's correlation. You better believe there's correlation.
There's just no...
You think he purposely was like, Herman Cain's... Like, was this his ode to Herman Cain?
Yep.
Like, I'm just going to pick...
No.
Or he was going anti?
He forgot.
With one final
He
stab.
probably got told at 7 a.m., ate his cheeseburger, had his Coke. That's 10 a.m. and he was like, I want a pizza from that Long Island place. He does not even, people think he's smart. He's a master. No, he's just a fucking idiot shooting from his hip, does whatever he wants.
I agree.
I don't think he's
I think
thoughtful enough to come up with a poke at Herman Cain.
I think he did it.
You think?
I think he said, you know what? Just one final poke. Herman would have hated this.
Well, Herman Cain dying, I'm not laughing about that, is contrary to everything he preached. No mask, hold the rally. So Trump's probably pissed.
Yeah.
This guy died. So he's
I'm
like,
mad at him for dying.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you weak lung.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And that's why he's like, you know what? I'm going pro pizza, but not where Herman Cain worked.
Those people are weak. They're weak.
Yeah, they're weak. What can I say? Weak lungs.
Yeah.
Become successful
He
if
ate
you
a lot of
want
pizza.
to. If you want to just
Eat a lot of pizza. I don't know.
Too many slices.
Too many slices. Not good for the immune system. Okay. Just a quick update in case anyone was wondering. Elon Musk and Bill Gates are not lovers.
No.
So just want to clear that up.
Yep.
Elon, for whatever reason, I knew there was a lot of conspiracies, even a lot around Elon. I didn't really realize that there was one that Elon Musk and Bill Gates were lovers.
Mm-hmm.
But Elon took to Twitter to make sure that everyone knew that is not the case. And even though he posted some, suspect songs and...
I think what's happened is Bill Gates was on some network getting interviewed. They referenced Elon Musk's kind of view on this.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Elon does some amazing things. His cars, the rockets, and, he doesn't really understand vaccines. And so he pretty much took a shot and said, you stay in your fucking lane.
Yeah.
You worry about rockets getting out of this planet.
Yeah.
I'll save humanity.
Yeah.
Orgy boy.
Orgy. Hey, listen, orgy boy.
Yeah.
And then, so what? So then so was he just responding as a joke?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see any rumors that they were lovers. I think he just kind of got
That was his response.
was his jab back.
Yeah.
In the era of 2020 discourse, Bill Gates talking about real issues. Elon Musk talks about lovers.
And hey, it's probably going to be great for the stock.
Yeah.
I'm sure Tesla's
it only goes up.
For the Tesla fan club, that's their guy doing what they signed up for him to do, Because then he posted although when we touch or something, and then there's a love song, and then he just, he did a whole thing about it.
He's part of the problem, Elon.
Yeah.
Dumbing down of America. Credit the smartest guy in the country.
Because he knows. I think he knows it's all a joke. He knows everyone's an idiot.
Yeah. He knows everyone's an idiot, and he knows how to manipulate. He knows that today's, call it the stock market or the finance community, is really being run by fans. So he's like, I'm direct to consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically dumbed down his discourse to cater to the youth. So you open TikTok and you're like, this is what kids like now?
Yeah.
Yep.
And so Elon's like, I know how to talk to that little dumb kid that's following these dumbasses on TikTok.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing Grimes is probably all up on TikTok.
Yeah.
And we know that he's,
Well, I'm sure the girls he's having orgies with are on TikTok.
Yeah. They're probably making TikToks in his mansion.
Yeah.
When did dancing become high school quarterback?
It's a good question. I mean, TikTok definitely solidified it.
Because everything's dancing on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the platform.
No, I know, but the biggest stars are dancing, boys and girls.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're not even dancers. They're not Chris Brown dancers.
No, they're meme dancers.
Yeah.
Because
Wiggle
it got
dicks.
them followers. As soon as all that matters in life is followers and fame.
I agree. No, I'm just saying, when did that become the appeal?
Yeah.
Awkward guys that are in their late teens dancing to
Poorly.
I know. That's what we talked about. All these guys.
The wiggle dickers.
Yeah. Are super lanky, feminine, dangly earrings. Very pretty. They spend a lot of time on their look.
Their hair.
Yeah.
And they're arm in arm a lot of times.
Yeah. There's a lot of shirt off parties.
Shirt off, touchy-feely.
Without the other sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's about being sexually ambiguous.
I think that's what's hot now.
Yeah.
We never heard back from our last talk about this.
Yeah.
But I think that, and then you wiggle around and do some dances.
Yeah, but when did kids just want to wiggle around?
Because it gets you followers.
TikTok.
No, I get it.
No, you don't get it.
No, it's a feedback loop. They're not just dancing. They're dancing because people want to see that.
I think TikTok, though. I think TikTok really brought out, okay, look, I know this. I know that right before TikTok really exploded, those kids, Taylor, Holder, and Bryce, who are now the biggest kids, came to our office all the time. Hey, we want to do collections. We want to do something, whatever. But they were struggling because they were just fashion Instagrammers. So they had a lot of followers, but not this rabid fan base. When TikTok happened, they became the thing. Because now they can do the little wiggles. Yeah. They're pretty boys. Now they get all their followers cracking. Now that's what girls like. I think that the lane was created, and there was a perfect group waiting to just wiggle around and take that spot.
So across the country, 16-year-old boys
are
trying to wiggle.
Wiggling, yes. And I think that they are just now, like, it's so new, like their hair is just now getting to the proper volume.
Yeah.
And like they finally, for back to school this year, they're really pissed because it might be canceled. They got their first dangly earring.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a new thing. I think this year, the Wiggle Dicks, the kids have been practicing over the summer to hit the school.
Yeah, schoolyard.
With all the savage,
So the whole
classy, bougie. Ah, fuck, mom, leave me alone. I'm a savage, classy, bougie. You know? And then they're going to kill it. And all the girls are going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
We need to go. I mean, someone who has a high school teenager.
I know.
Tell us what's going on in the playground. Is just everyone wiggling?
Well,
They're
we
all
have
wiggling.
a lot of.
I think
we
they're
actually
filming
have
each
a
other
lot of
wiggling.
teachers that listen because I get DMs from them. So I'll have them once wiggling is back in
Because
session.
wiggling, I feel like, has compounded during the quarantine. Like Amazon grocery, wiggling.
Yes, it's like training camp. You have nothing else to do. Just order Postmates or Amazon grocery, wiggle in the mirror.
Yeah, it's because you're either a wiggler or you're a shooter. You're on video games shooting people.
That's right.
So you have to pick. Like the more aggressive, angry kids are out there shooting people.
Yeah.
Yes.
The more, you know.
The wiggles.
No one just wants to make the
what's
basketball
word?
team anymore.
What's that?
Yeah. I mean, because like
That's that bubble thing?
You know what? If just think about it from this perspective. You are 10 years old. You're playing sports. Probably by maybe 12 is when reality hits. Where like
Most people suck.
Most people suck, right? And when you're 10, you're playing your neighborhood. You're fun. You're good for your neighborhood.
And any youth sports team, you have 10 kids, 1 or 2 are serviceable.
Okay.
At most.
And if you check social media, the only people with real followers for a sport are pros. Or brawny.
Yeah, or those kids who are, and they're 10 and they're dunking.
Okay,
and you're like, my point is it's relatability. Then these wigglers come by, and the guy's like, I can make my hair like that. I can wiggle like that.
Yeah.
That's relatable.
That's true.
Yeah, wiggling awkwardly is an attainable skill.
I can do that.
So here's the question. In 3 years, who's bigger, Bryce or Bronny? Bryce is a TikToker.
No, but Bronny
and he's using his dad as a cheat code.
But here's the difference is that if you look at social media still, with the exception of like the D'Amelio family, the biggest stars are still, they're talented at something, right? They're like a singer, they're Ariana Grande, or the biggest basketball player, the biggest soccer player. So the reality is you can wiggle your way to a decent life, but you're not going to get rich. Few wigglers will become rich.
I feel like this generation of wigglers, you'll get the next David Dobrik out of that.
I think you'll get...
Somebody will wiggle their way to $100 million.
Okay, how many people are wiggling every day? Hundreds of millions of people.
Hundreds of millions.
Maybe billions.
Okay, maybe a billion people.
You count
are
India or Indians
Let's say
wiggling?
today a billion people.
Yeah, but Indians, unfortunately, sorry, people listening in India, you have no chance of making the money.
Okay, let's say at least 500 million people. 500
An
million
Indian
people.
wiggler is not making white wiggling money.
No, that's true. That's true. That's just, I'm sorry, it's true. Let's say today 500 million people wiggle.
Okay. Maybe what, 25 of those are going to make millions of dollars? Millions. 25 people?
Yeah.
That's it. It's very tiny.
But how many people shot a basketball today?
I'm saying hundreds of people will make millions of dollars.
You know what's crazy is
maybe even thousands.
I scrolled through TikTok yesterday, and I try to do this periodically just to like keep my pulse on what the wigglers are doing.
Yeah.
And you compare, because these kids are so damn young, compared to the Instagram influencers that we know, they look like senior citizens.
Yeah, when you see someone we know on there, you're like, damn, grandma.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like a 26-year-old.
Looks ancient.
Yes.
Here's my question. Who would get more girls in high school this year, the Bronny type or the Bryce type?
It's still LeBron. It's still LeBron James' son.
I know, but that's just not a good example. That's not a good example because he's LeBron James' son. But take that out of it and say the jock or the wiggler.
It depends. I think the jock is still
no. So I guess the equivalent.
Doing well, but I don't know if
the
they're doing
equivalent comparison is Bronny or Josh Richards or one of those guys.
But here's the difference: is more than likely the wiggler may not be seeking the attention of other females. They may be seeking the attention.
But that's what's interesting is I don't know whether they wiggle both ways or not. But
I think wiggling both ways is the future.
But all these, I think so for sure. But all these wigglers are dating girls. I mean, I think that Taylor Holder, it looks like. Sorry if I'm.
But it's because it looks good when they're wiggling together. People like to see couples wiggle together. It's cute.
It looks like Taylor Holder is wiggling Summer Rae right now. which she's like an OG influencer.
Yeah.
That they're all up on each other,
Taylor's
kissing and
got to
stuff.
be under 20.
Taylor's low 20s, I think.
Okay,
It's
we're
summer-
done with this.
okay.
I'm not talking about these 12-year-olds.
No, this is real. This is real. Okay, so what I'm saying is,
This is real.
Okay, conclusion. High school teacher, tell us who's wiggling.
yeah. Tell us what's going on. Tell us if everyone is coming back this year with poofy front hair and a dangly earring.
Like, is the high school parking lot just everyone doing
For sure. Like, guys, the bell rang and they're like, one more. I almost got it.
Back to school is just like a holder for your phone.
Yeah.
So that you can dance.
And
That's the number one item.
Don't even need a backpack.
You don't
anymore.
need a back. These
No.
kids aren't learning, and they're
Bring
so,
back-
they're so stupid. When you watch TikTok, I'm literally looking at these kids. I'm like, where are the smart kids?
You know, most
They're
public
not wiggling.
most
They're not on TikTok.
most public schools have cut funding to the arts in high school and stuff. Like, there's no dance, there's nothing. Bring it all back.
Yeah.
It's all on TikTok now.
Yeah.
So just now, though, in between classes, they're going to be like, hey, let me catch this video real quick.
Yeah.
Yo, film me. I don't know. We'll see. We need some info. And I also, just lastly, I want to know if the jocks are still as cool as they
I think they are.
used to be. Okay. Whew.
That's a long,
That was a lot. We got lost in that a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Kodak. Did you guys see Kodak stock just exploded?
Yeah.
What happened? Film's back?
Film is back.
I knew it,
Digital's
man.
out. People are going back to the local
CVS,
Rite Aid,
yeah.
CVS to go get your pictures developed.
1 hour photo. I
Yeah.
knew it. I figured with TikTok getting banned, it's like, why don't we just go all the way back
Yeah.
to old media? That's so cool.
So Kodak, essentially a bankrupt company, has no purpose to exist, useless for all purposes.
Had they been on the stock market?
Yeah.
Like they never got delisted?
I think they'd gone through bankruptcy, came out of bankruptcy, and they were just struggling as like trying to figure out what their next move was.
But how are you not off the stock market?
I think they were at some point.
Okay.
And then I don't know when they kind of re-enter the stock market picture. The stock went up, I don't know, call it 5,000%, something like that.
What happened?
So the jig is up on this one.
They started selling masks.
They effectively made a deal with the U.S. government to help manufacture certain chemicals that are needed to fight COVID.
Oh. Like drug stuff.
Yes.
So the government, Donald Trump, awarded them a $765 million loan to get this going. Stock flies. So when's the next headline going to be? Trump officials implicated in buying stock the week before.
The CEO.
Yeah.
The CEO did it. Jimmy.
No, I know.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
But how many Trumpsters probably got the call?
For sure. Because
He
what,
made
Jimmy
80
made $80 million?
He owns 650,000 shares of the company. Jimmy had purchased 100,000 of those shares since the coronavirus pandemic hit since March, and another 46,000 shares in June. So a company that's essentially bankrupt, Jimmy thought, you know what? I really want to double down on the future of Eastman Kodak. Film is coming back.
So Eastman, to be fair, is originally a chemical company.
Yeah.
Kodak was the film.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. If you are the government and you have $770 million to give out to help with coronavirus development of pharmaceuticals, they're not your guy.
Yeah.
You can't give Pfizer,
Yeah.
Any of
Jimmy,
these
man.
companies,
You
This
know,
is some, yeah.
this
Amgen.
just screams of impropriety.
Oh yeah,
And it starts with Jimmy.
$765 million loan to this guy. This guy does not look like he's solving anything. Jimmy.
This is like the quote. This is worse than like Halliburton getting all the contracts. Because at least they made the weapons. These guys don't know what they're doing.
No,
Yeah, this is
they can't even make a successful camera company. Do you want them to help you give you pharmaceuticals?
The
But my
amount of
stock advisors on TikTok told me that I should be buying this.
Yeah.
week.
Big Kodak.
Jimmy's a fuck. Look at Jimmy.
Where's the documentary about government waste? Is it just too boring? Like how much money is just slipped through the cracks?
I mean, you can do it
In an
well.
annual?
Get the guys who did The Big Short. They did a great job.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fuck. I don't know. So I should add this to my Robinhood portfolio.
Might as well.
Okay.
I thought the funniest was Portnoy was like, how did the Donald not tell me this loan was coming? I was just there.
That's true. That's the least
He
could've
knows
done.
everyone else knew.
Yeah, that's the least he could have done, man. I want to see who he owes that 80 million to.
Yeah, exactly.
How many Kushners bought the stock?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure
right.
there's like idiot Kushner cousins.
They all probably bought it. You just tell Jimmy, like, yo, buy it up.
Yeah.
It won't be. We're not going to bust you for buying your own stock,
Yeah.
and then pay us out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jimbo. UPS is killing it.
Just another winner of this whole pandemic. Stock surging, delivered record orders. The reason why I wanted to really talk about this, not just because obviously UPS, FedEx are all big winners of the pandemic. I just warning, because I know a lot of people who listen to us have e-commerce businesses. Holiday shipping is going to be a disaster.
Yep.
150%. We're going to see the most
Because of capacity
issues. I speak with carriers. I speak with all the big marketplaces. They're already prepping people. Like, if you want to get your goods in by this time, you better do it 2 months in advance.
Yeah.
And I think in December, these holiday delivery dates, if you want to get a little Jimmy a Christmas gift,
If you want to give him that dangly earring.
you better get it. You better order it like Black Friday.
Yeah.
Because I don't think people realize, because during the pandemic, everyone had extended delivery times, right? Even Amazon was unable to put Prime 2-day on most things. And
getting a grocery window was tough in the peak of the pandemic.
and we all know between holidays that are going to come in December, plus I'm pretty confident because of what's going on today with Corona, and then add in a flu season in December, it's going to cause widespread panic, and people are just going to sit at home all day.
So we should delay Christmas along with the election? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Push back.
Screw it.
I would love
The elves
Christmas
and
in the
Santa?
summer.
Spring.
Yeah.
Spring it. Let everyone get over this fall second wave.
Yeah.
New Year's Eve too. Push it, right?
Push it all, man. Scrub it
New
all.
Year's Eve.
You know what?
No one likes New Year's Eve. Have you ever met anyone that likes New Year's Eve?
We've had fun New Year's Eve.
No, I've definitely had fun New Year's Eve, but does it really matter? Who cares?
This is just you now. You have a kid coming.
Yeah.
We get it. You can't have fun. Nobody can have fun.
Exactly. Exactly.
If it was 3 years ago, and we were on the way to fucking Cancun, you'd have a different tone.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think that is going to be.
That was a great New Year's.
It was great.
Yeah.
He loved it. He had a great
Nas
time.
performed.
Yeah. I remember that. That was
Went and
fun.
swam in the caves.
Yeah.
Cenote.
Okay. All right. Let's run some ads. Peter. Great job.
Wow.
Nice and calm.
Okay.
Nice and calm, man. I think ever since you've toned it down, it looks like our conversion has been way higher.
Yeah, weird.
So thank you.
Okay.
All right. What's going on with Shopify? They did their
Yeah, I mean, we kind of already touched on it, but
printing money.
printing money.
Yep.
To me, they are. I mean, the stock has already been priced into their expectation. The market cap is 100+ billion. They clearly are going to be the winner for e-com for small businesses.
Yep.
They're going to be the absolute
Yeah,
winner.
I love
And we
them.
don't even know what else they're thinking about. They've gone to fulfillment. They're obviously in lending, huge. I think they've lent 1.2 billion. They're in they have the app store within their kind of ecosystem. They may go into delivery. Fuck it, might as well. They have $100 billion of market cap.
You know
Go
what?
into everything.
I think when we talk about great tech CEOs, Toby's the CEO and founder of Shopify, has to be included in the list at this point. He's just out executing. He's crushing it. He's actually posing a commerce alternative to Amazon,
Which is crazy.
which is insane
Yeah.
in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast. I
And,
DM'd Toby.
and
He
he has
responded to
swag.
me.
He has swag.
What do you say?
I said, hey man, I really love the platform and the
Oh yeah, I remember.
whatever. I think when quarantine and stuff hit, we were like, just in case we need a loan from
Yeah,
Shopify.
yeah.
And he was like, yeah, man, thanks a lot. Just keep using it.
Yeah.
Whatever, just
Just to keep the line.
my buddy Toby, he's a great guy.
Your friend Toby has some swag. So after the earnings call, he tweeted, in case you care about such things, Q2 went okay for Shopify.
Wow.
Wow.
Humble
Swag.
brag. Swag off there, Toby.
You think he's wiggling?
Wiggled his way through Q2.
You think he wiggled during the earnings call?
He might have.
He's so rich, he has someone wiggling for him. He's like, I like that savage dance. Dance for me.
Dance for me now. Although that could get creepy real quick when you're talking about teenage boys. Okay. Anyway, great guy, doing a great job, in great company. What's going on in the world of luxury? Hotter than ever? Having some trouble?
Luxury took it on the chin this last quarter.
Wow, that is not what I expected you to say. I thought you were going to hit me with record highs, Louis Vuitton, biggest quarter ever.
So first half profits for LVMH tumbled 68%. For the Gucci group, which is Kering, revenue fell 44%. For LVMH, revenue fell 38%. And then for Ferragamo, fell 60%. Like, no one needs to buy those shoes right now. Even Hermes, which is usually considered the bulletproof one because of the Birkins, and that was even double-digit drop in sales. Really? What's becoming apparent, I think, for luxury is that there's obviously the wealthiest in America that will continue to buy these goods no matter what. Mm-hmm. And I think the rest of the countries won't be able to afford it because of what's going to happen in the next couple of years. But China you have to go all in on China. There's no other strategy for luxury.
And they're the only country that with scale and can afford these products is going to be open for
and
next
desires
year.
it.
Yeah. Because think about it, as long as the U.S. is shut down, and it's going to be for the foreseeable future, there's no concerts, there's no fancy dinners, none of that stuff where you want to swag off, and the retail is actually closed in some parts of the country. Think about it. If you're going to go spend $10,000 on a bag or a dress or whatever, you want to be kissed up to.
Yeah.
You either want the personal shopper, if you're the big dog, going to your house and saying, here's our new collection, which happens, and I'm going to spend $100,000 on this stuff.
Well, I think that's still happening. That's still happening.
But if you're going in the store, you want the champagne, you want someone kissing up to you.
Yeah, that's the person only going and buying one bag.
Yeah, but that adds up.
But I think shopping's got to be down in the U.S. because let's just say you normally spend $100,000 a season. I'll spend $50,000. Yeah. Because what am I even doing?
Yeah.
I have no meetings. I have no whatever.
I think
this stuff's going to be out of season by the time I'm allowed outside.
Yeah, how many socially distant dinners are we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, you know how bad form it is to show up to a socially distant dinner when half the country is like unemployed with a brand new Birkin?
Yeah, but you know that's happening
but in those circles,
day,
it's happening all the time.
A few miles down the road.
Yeah. But the other thing I think is to keep in mind, like a group like LVMH and a lot of these other conglomerates, they own cosmetic businesses, and makeup business is in the toilet.
Yep.
I mean, what are you wearing makeup for?
Yeah.
And all the statistics show that this is going to continue. The top earners are spending dramatically less because you're not buying fringe products.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just expected it to be record. I thought luxury would never get.
I think luxury, I'll give you an area where I think luxury is probably thriving is furniture. Mm. So like Restoration Hardware, I bet you is on fire.
The stock's on fire.
Stock's on fire. And to me, Restoration Hardware is a brand. If our new lifestyle, because of what happened, is more about staying home, then your furniture and how you decorate your home becomes more important.
That's true.
Because you want to, if you're not going to go spend that money on a vacation, you're going to go spend it on decorating your home.
Yep. Good point. Okay. I have some more sad news.
Uh-oh.
One of something very close to my heart has, looks like, it's really in some big trouble, let's just say.
Yeah.
California Pizza Kitchen.
Yeah.
Big fan of the spinach dip.
Yeah.
They do a great job. And just when you need a good classic cheese pizza, for me, I like to keep it basic. They do great. On Wednesday, they filed for Chapter 11. So that's why I stumbled there. I mean, they're not dead forever, but I think it's not looking good and not looking good for restaurants as a whole. I think when this is over, the numbers in the restaurant business is going to be...
Restaurant business and the theater business are like the two where I'm just like, it's theater to me should go all the way, gone.
Let's be honest, that was going anyway.
And then...
Restaurants were fine.
Yeah, restaurants were fine. Restaurants, it is... These restaurants have too much debt. They have high operating expenses, crazy rents. It's just not realistic.
Yeah, labor's very expensive.
Yeah.
Rents are very expensive. And the moment you hit any roadblock, if you're a restaurant chain or restaurant business, you're toast because your margins are so thin. There's no room for error. And a pandemic is more than error. You were closed.
Yeah. I think in 3 years you're gonna look at it and be like, wow, I
didn't even realize Fig and Olive is gone. In LA.
Is it really?
Gone.
Since
Bye.
when?
Sayonara.
Since the quarantine?
Yeah, it must have closed during quarantine.
They're one of the restaurant groups that went bankrupt.
So, but the trickle-down effect is the commercial real estate owners of all these buildings are fucked.
They have to housing. It has to all become housing.
But then that's permitting too. The cities don't make that easy.
I think they will change that. That's what I think. Like, I was driving down Melrose. Melrose, there's no reason to have Melrose.
As a whole?
I mean, if you think it's a retail shopping, it's a joke.
It's a vibe.
There's no vibe.
It's a vibe.
The vibe is called For Lease.
That's true.
For Lease is the hottest store.
But there's a struggling vibe there. There's like cool kicks, like
that side of Melrose is very, very different. I'm talking about the rich side.
Commercial real estate.
Yeah, the rich
Earth
side
Cafe.
of Melrose is dead.
Just Earth Cafe, right?
Two industries you don't want to be in during a pandemic and coming out of a pandemic is commercial real estate, office space, retail, restaurant spaces, and those businesses that rely on that.
I think just housing, more and more. They have to just give people.
But what are you going to do in New York City?
We can do the Fig and Olive. You
high
can't live
rises there are. You know, driving in.
I know.
See how many buildings there are?
You know,
Manhattan. You've seen those
more
buildings?
apartments. People want to live in New York City. If the cost of living was lower in New York City, more young people would live there. That's what's going to happen.
But don't you think like then what happens is if all these offices and stuff are closing, everyone's working from home, less people are going to want to pay to live in New York City. Like, does the rent in New York City go down?
Rent goes down, supply goes up, but the cultural experience of living in New York City.
But all these buildings that have been purchased have mortgages that just aren't serviceable anymore.
Whatever, the banks don't care.
Bail it out, print more money. That's the
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, there's one person. Sergio's in the room.
Let's go.
Sergio. Okay, so here it is for our one listener. You have an exclusive treat.
Ask us anything.
Yeah.
Ask us anything. So we are going to do, this is our live stream of our winners, losers content, which we post every Friday. If you're listening to this, you're obviously hearing it on Friday, but this will be our new thing. We're going to start doing it. Tune in on Thursdays.
Sergio and Greg, welcome. Greg's in here too.
Well, we just doubled our audience base.
So, Pete, you know, Amazon had 100% growth. So did we.
Yes.
So did we. Big day.
We're up to 11 right now.
Woo!
Oh, my God.
Back down to 9.
Be careful with your celebration. Okay, so let's get started. Who is the biggest winner of the last week?
I'm going with the biggest winner in LA. His name is Joe Kelly. He's the pitcher for the Dodgers that beaned the guy on the Astros and then walked away talking shit. I mean, he then followed up with a post on Instagram.
So don't go to Instagram. That was not his account, but it went viral either way.
It doesn't even matter. But he posted it, right?
No.
It was another Joe Kelly fan account?
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing.
But the account posted a picture of Joe Kelly holding 3 kids, but with 3 of the famous Astros players, like Altuve, Bregman, and someone else. And he kind of become instantly like a folk hero because the Dodgers were cheated essentially out of the that was our winners losers.
That you were playing our own Twitch stream?
I was looking at the comments.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do that.
That's okay.
But yeah, it's just cool. I think people in LA are going to like really take to anyone who like.
And that was because the Astros cheated.
Yeah.
Cost Dodgers the
World
series.
Series. Yeah. So what he did was
cool.
He threw at one of the guy's heads.
Yeah.
Struck out the other cheater and said, "Nice swing, bitch."
Yeah.
And then he did this
after he struck him out.
He's a hero.
Yeah, he's a hero.
And
I wondered. I couldn't figure it out.
Despite being suspended, which is a joke, because no Astro got suspended for cheating.
Yeah.
And they're suspending him 8 of the 60 games in this shortened season.
For hitting them?
Yeah.
He didn't even hit him. He threw it at his head. That's what you're supposed to do. Be a man.
But don't people get hit all the time?
Yeah, but you do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that happens all the time.
This is MLB's problem. Like, you need that bravado. You need that bragging.
Yeah.
You need the energy. Make your sport exciting.
8 games?
That's a lot.
Kind of a joke.
That's a joke. Okay, Anand.
My winner are fans of hard seltzers.
Okay, yes,
So
we're
White
listening.
Claw types,
Yep.
Costa Bravas. Coca-Cola is going with a hard seltzer with their Topo Chico brand,
Okay.
that mineral water.
Yeah, I saw that.
Topo
And
Chico.
it's the first time they're going into anything alcohol related since 1983.
So
Wow.
to me, they're losers. What were you doing since 1983? You didn't think about people were going to drink
No,
alcohol?
no, no.
Simple.
They're losers, but he gave the customer the winner.
Any fan of hard seltzers.
Yeah, because
you
they're
got
about
more
to get-
choices.
Yeah.
That's too much choice.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's such a thing if you're a hard seltzer, a connoisseur.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel people are very brand loyal to their.
I think
I'm a
they
Bon
are.
and Viv guy.
They are,
I'm
yeah.
a Costa Brava guy. I'm a.
Truly. There's a lot of
Truly.
Truly guys and gals.
Yeah.
Truly has a huge ad right here at the SLS.
I didn't realize
all
Truly
over.
was like a big.
I think they're owned by someone big.
I bought some White Claw a couple months ago, and as I told my friends or people, they were like, "Oh, Truly's better." Black cherry, apparently.
Black Cherry White Claw is excellent.
There you go. Apparently, that's the key. Truly too. Okay, good one. My winner is who's my winner? I wrote it down. Sorry, Twitch. We're new here. Oh,
Yeah.
my winner's Bitcoin and Anand.
Yeah.
Because Anand's the local Bitcoin advocate around these parts. He won't-
Fighting for the poor.
I'm fighting for decentralization.
Yes,
Yeah.
big time. He won't, obviously discuss how much, but I know he's got a Bitcoin investment, and I've noticed he's been a little extra chipper this week.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin's up 20% or something this week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just really on a tear. So I don't know if this is in line with the gold. What's going on there? People are stocking up for
Everything's
doom.
up. Everything is up.
Stocks
That's
still
what's
up.
going on.
No,
Stocks up, gold's up, Bitcoin's up.
So I think the biggest difference between crypto going up to this week versus in 2017 and 18 is it's now viewed as like a real financial instrument, whereas before it was just pure speculation. Like just the last run was the Robinhood guy
Yeah.
going on Coinbase and buying it because their friends told them to.
Yep.
This is driven by institutions that are actually viewing Bitcoin as a hedge to the US dollar, as a hedge to just the ultimate consequences we're going to face from printing all this money. I know none of us know what they are, but smart people think they're going to be at one point.
Fine people.
Fine people. Okay, well, listen, I don't know exactly what all that means, but it sounds reliable. I'm putting some more in my Robinhood account.
Yes.
Big week for Bitcoin.
Okay, go for it.
All right, who's the loser?
I hate to be a dick, but it's
no.
Herman Cain.
Oh, man. Is this the first time a person who died in the last 24 hours has been called a loser? Loser on the pod?
Ultimately, like, his
agree,
death is related to his lack of understanding, respect for what this virus has ravaged. I mean, 150,000 people in this country have died. That is nuts. You can't, these people, so many people still think it's a hoax.
I mean, look, anytime someone dies, it's sad and all that, but like, it's freaking clear as day. You were so outspoken.
Yeah.
There's photos and like, here you go.
I just don't understand the point of being so anti-mask and the virus in a public setting.
Especially if you look at the data, he is of high risk.
Yeah.
He's 74 years old.
Yeah.
You know what 74-year-olds have? Pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's that many 74-year-olds that are in perfect health.
No. Not that many.
I don't know any.
Okay. Well, yeah. You know
It
what?
sucks, but
That's
I just
fair.
couldn't.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Anand?
Patio pizza. Donald Trump won a slice apparently today.
Yeah.
And guess what? Patio pizza is in Long Island, New York. What's New York? A blue state. What's going to happen? Their Yelp is getting crushed. The negative reviews are just through the roof. I think he's going to bankrupt the poor guys.
I also
at
think
Patio pizza.
there's a lot of Trumpers
gosh.
in Long Island.
I mean, one negative Yelp review is this place killed Herman Cain. One day he ate here and got COVID, but Trump won't admit it. There are also kids in the basement.
That can't be good.
The pizza thing, man.
Yeah.
Pizza's
Imagine getting seen. What's worse, wearing a MAGA hat and or lining up for patio pizza now.
I don't know. During the Black Lives Matter protest, there were some Long Island videos that seemed a little alt-righty.
Really?
Yes.
Isn't our good friend
MSC?
Yeah.
You can ask him.
He's in Long Island, I think.
Yeah.
It's a bad time for pizza, you know?
Yeah.
Pizzagate.
Do you think Domino's takes it? Less pizza ordered?
No, I don't think so.
With the controversies?
I don't think you can hold pizza down, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing can stop pizza.
No, pizza's unstoppable.
Yeah. Okay. All right. My loser is the MLB.
Okay.
We might have made it this already. I couldn't remember, but like, I mean, come on, guys. You gotta, like, NBA looks like they're gonna pull it off. Tonight is game 1.
Yeah.
Looks like even with Lou Will out at the strip club, it looks like they pulled it off and they're gonna make it happen and at least get to game 1. MLB had a full outbreak already. I mean, there's no way this thing doesn't get shut down.
You think so?
I mean, how can you have a whole team out, coaches, 18 people?
And now the Phillies aren't playing anymore. There's an outbreak too.
Oh, there was.
I think two people who tested positive, so they postponed their schedule.
They're out. MLB, you lost. And for what you did to frickin' the pitcher.
And I think you're going to see in the MLB players just leaving.
Yeah.
Like if your wife's pregnant, if you have kids or parents that you are super close with, that you may live with, who knows, because you're providing, I think you're going to start seeing stars leave.
Yeah.
Okay,
I agree.
The peanut gallery over here.
Freaking peanuts. What are you guys doing? Solving all the technical problems? Jesus Christ. Okay. Content. Are we on content?
Yeah.
Content recommendations for the weekend, D.
My recommendation is to sit on your couch and watch some basketball.
Wow.
Because the NBA is back.
Yeah, you're right.
That is...
The Kings tonight.
Yeah. I got my Lakers Young and Reckless shirt on.
Yeah, you're ready.
I'm ready.
Kings tonight. King versus Clippers?
Yeah. But Clippers have 3 guys out because they left the bubble and now are in quarantine.
Really?
Yeah.
How could you just leave the bubble? They broke the rule or they were allowed?
They all had whatever reason that they gave to the organization they left. But when you want to re-enter the bubble...
But why are you even allowed if you have game 1 coming up?
So Montrezl Harrell, Pat Beverly, and Lou Williams. 3 important players.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Load up on the Lakers.
This thing is a shit show. I have a feeling next week the NBA is
Maybe I'm going to start gambling again tonight. I got an itch.
Bring it back.
I got an itch.
Bring it back.
I got an itch.
Okay. All right. Anand, what do you got?
So I'm sure it's on YouTube by now, but I highly recommend everyone watch President Obama's speech at John Lewis's funeral that aired this morning on every network.
Yep.
It was just a call to action, call to voting, stop voter suppression, and all the things that John Lewis has been fighting for. Because obviously John Lewis is famous for getting the Voting Rights Act in the 60s, or being part of the change for that. And it's just amazing, the command that he has, and you just forget it because we're just dealing with buffoonery on a daily basis, that's what leadership is.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. I'm sure it's on YouTube. President Obama at John Lewis's funeral today.
And I want to add, because I already took this from the episode, Jeff Bezos' intro.
Yeah.
You know, if you didn't watch that, that's what I'm going to be watching this weekend.
That's a great read.
2 legends back to back.
Yeah.
Back to back. Okay. I'm going to talk about a couple more legends. My content recommendation is the best. I would say the best. Hold on, let me think. Yeah, the best. I think, podcasts have really become incredibly popular in 2020. Interviews, no shortage of content, all that. I would say the best interview of 2020 so far, Joe Rogan, Post Malone. 4 hours of straight gems and a window inside the mind of a rock star and the world's biggest media personality.
So this was my first Joe Rogan experience. Actually, my first Joe Rogan experience.
Hello, friends. I'm guessing you're hooked.
My first Joe Rogan experience, shockingly, was at the Whole Foods live in Austin when 50 people saw him. That was my first.
Was that during South by?
Yeah, that was probably 10 years ago. I don't know.
And now you're back.
Now I'm back. So I took a 10-year break. I come back.
Did you listen all 4 hours?
I watched 2 hours on YouTube on my screen. And then I listened the rest in bed.
Okay.
And I have lost complete respect for the two of you who actually listen to this podcast. That was single-handedly the worst interview I've ever heard in my life. I was genuinely, because we knew Post when he was starting, I was like, I want to hear everything. I want to hear his whole life between now and then.
Well, that wasn't offered.
They didn't talk about anything about aliens for 3 hours was aliens.
Aliens, zombies, goblins.
So
Goblins.
I checked out after the first hour. I'm with Dee. It was the worst hour I've spent during quarantine.
That's ridiculous.
He opens the podcast, Post Malone does, saying he hasn't slept. He's on mushrooms.
Yep.
And he cracks open a Bud Light. Presumably Joe Rogan was on mushrooms. It wasn't clear.
He looked like it.
And
I think he got it.
And he's a big proponent of mushrooms. He brags about it all the time.
Yeah.
And then if you saw Joe Rogan's Instagram, he said Post Malone was here, and it's like 17 cigarette butts, 8 Bud Lights. This guy's gonna die, man.
Yeah, that was like middle of the day on a what day was that? Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Middle of the day on a Wednesday.
I mean, what are they doing to this guy?
And just to me, like still seems like the same kind of like jolly dude that he was when we first met him, but like the tattoos and then the smoking, the drinking,
he has a shaved head.
It just like. It kind of was sad.
It was sad.
Because those types of people, you don't see them older.
Yeah, I didn't see what you guys saw. I saw nothing but inspiration. And I think...
Yeah, so you want to... I know he announced a beer pong league, right?
Yeah.
On the podcast.
He did?
Because that was trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
But then, more importantly, he plays beer pong in Utah with his alien buddy, Ziggy.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yes.
Aliens, yeah.
He talked about how he has 2 alien friends in Utah.
What was the other guy's?
Ziggy, and I forget the other one.
Mention the other guy. Well, he's lost his fucking mind.
I mean, but let me say this in all seriousness. Isn't it pretty crazy that like just think about if like during, I don't even know how to compare it to. Like imagine if you could have had an interview with oh my God, I'm blanking. What's Guns N' Roses?
Axl Rose.
Jesus Christ. Axl Rose in the peak of Guns N' Roses with Howard Stern. They're both on mushrooms. It's live for 4 hours. You know, that's only some 2020 shit you can get. I
know. And that's why I was like, man, I would love just to hear about his life, hear about his journey. What is he thinking about?
Yeah, and I know they don't have this responsibility because they're both entertainers at the end of the day, but there's got to be some responsibility in the sense like you're glorifying mushrooms. The only people I know that take mushrooms are rich people and they know how to do it properly. Now you're going to have a bunch of little kids do mushrooms and think 17 cigarettes in an era where cigarettes...
Yeah, I think the cigarettes are worse.
Yeah.
You know, like mushrooms are hard to get.
Yeah, much harder to get. And it's just... It's similar to like how people were mad at rap for glorifying violence. This is glorifying like destruction of your personal health.
So you're saying you loved it? I'm saying everyone clear off 4 hours between right now and Monday morning.
Only 25.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, well, listen. History was made. Pete, what about you? You're more in the age demographic. What did you think?
If I give my opinion, you guys won't like it. So.
Just give your fucking opinion.
I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was hilarious, but I thought it was really just stupidity.
That's what I think, though. I think Post Malone's fans
loved it.
Yeah,
like
those are two guys just tripping off shrooms, having a combo. Like, that shit's funny to me.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. That shit's just funny.
That's just.
But yeah, it's just similar to Coachella when he was smoking his cigarettes and drinking his beer and couldn't finish the songs because he was out of breath. Everyone roared.
Yeah. But you guys look at it from a different perspective. You see in that the health consequences and the aging and his fans see like, fuck, it'd be so sick. Like their dream is to do mushrooms and talk about aliens with Post Malone. And so to get to see that is like, that's why I'm making the comparison of Axl Rose, because the fans of him would have been like, oh my God, like a window inside of his mind.
Yeah.
To his fans, they're like,
I was so disappointed. I couldn't tell you how disappointed I was.
It's almost like how cocaine was glorified in the 80s and then people started dying.
Yeah. That's cigarettes or that's...
I think you combine all three, it's not going to end well.
Yeah.
What? So you're out. Like you didn't subscribe.
I think
Joe Rogan experience is maybe not for me.
You're not having the experience anymore.
Yeah.
I think you should try it. Just a different.
I'll do one more. Give me one that's
I'll give
guaranteed.
you a good one.
Do
Edward
Naval.
Snowden.
Edward Snowden.
Edward Snowden.
And the
Or
fact
Naval.
that you listened all the way through the
Because
entire
I was
thing.
waiting for the moment where Joe Rogan is supposedly the greatest interviewer ever.
Well, no, that's not the one to
Yeah,
listen
you
to.
chose the wrong one.
Yeah, you chose the complete wrong one.
I will say that guy has his breadth of knowledge is insane. Joe Rogan. He knows everything about everything.
But he
But
talks
think about
to,
this,
he
if you
talks
do-
to the most interesting people
Yeah,
all
if you did
day. Of
3
course,
hours
you
of-
retain some information
If you did 3 hours a day, 3 days a week for 12 years.
with the most interesting people.
Yeah. You'd eventually just have this weird Rolodex.
yeah. It's impressive.
All right. So that didn't go over well. Listen, listeners, especially if you're in the younger demographic, check it out.
I say it's a hard pass.
Okay.
Go look for Ziggy.
It's Pete certified. Okay. Is that all we got? We got a shout out?
We've got a shout out. We got a 31st birthday for Jacob out in Brooklyn. Happy birthday. 31 was a good year for me.
You or him?
Me.
Okay.
I'll say this about you again. Got it. All right, happy birthday.
Happy
We got all
birthday.
the info. I mean, I think, it's a good year.
Yeah.
Where does Jacob live?
In Brooklyn.
Okay.
Let's see. We got a
What's
little
Pete
action.
laughing?
We got a little action. I asked them, I was like, what do you guys want to see? They're kind of answering back and forth. And I go, what about drama playing video games? They go, he's trash, but I'd watch it.
Yeah,
How many people are we at?
We're at 19 viewers right now.
Wow, skyrocketing. Okay, I'm gonna start streaming video games on this channel.
Sure. It's
Yeah,
easy. You
sign
just
up.
go in StreamYard. You can just go off your laptop.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Pod's over. Anyone in the live stream have anything interesting to say?